What's up, everybody? My name is Tim Walton from TimWalton.tv, at Real Tim Walton on Twitter and Instagram. So I'm here. A lot of you guys found my channel, and the first video that I had that went viral, got over 450,000 views in about 48 hours, was where we chased out the Erie County Sheriff and Erie County Department of Health, who crashed a protest meeting that we were having, trying to enforce the lockdown rules by New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. So since that happened, it's gained a ton of attention nationally. Most recently, it was shouted out by Donald Trump Jr., the president's son, who said they want to see more business owners like this and more people like this throughout the United States stand up to some of these lockdown orders that are in place. So I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of background. I've been getting blown up by the media, different news outlets, blogs, asking for the context of this, because obviously everybody's just seen the video and not really what led up to it or what was going on or some more details here. So that's what I'm going to give you guys right now. So just a little background. New York State is what they're doing is called a cluster zone, microclusters for businesses who are need to shut down and what rules they have to follow. So basically, to back it up here, New York was, as of last week, was in what was called a yellow zone, where houses of worship were 50% capacity, mass gatherings were limited indoors to 25 people, businesses could remain open. Dining, however, you had to no more than 4 people per table, and there was already the rule in place that dining had to close only if you served alcohol after 10 p.m. So that was last week. Now, within 7 days later, we went into an orange zone, which is where houses of worship are only allowed 25 people max or 33% capacity, 10 people gathering indoor and outdoor, no more than that, and that applies to apparently in your house as well. Dining, only outdoor. Now this is New York State, so it's 40 degrees outside. So essentially eliminating any dining at businesses for customers. Schools have to close, they're remote only as well. So right now, business owners are frustrated more because of the hypocrisies that are going on with these shutdown rules. For example, right now, you can't have a one-on-one with your gym trainer, you can't have a one-on-one with your barber, but there's allowed to be, 10,000 people are allowed to go to the mall for Black Friday shopping, which is being advertised everywhere. So people are a little frustrated with the hypocrisies of why are 10,000 people allowed here? Why can my barber not go one-on-one? Why can I not train? That's the biggest thing that's frustrating businesses. So when all this started to happen, Robbie De Niro, who is the gym owner of Athletes Unlimited out in Orchard Park, New York. Robbie is a former Marine, took 3 tours overseas, fighting for the freedoms of this country, reached out to business owners and said, hey, you know what? I am not happy with this. Time to stand up. If you're with me and you want to get involved, get some change going, come on out. We're going to have a protest. We're going to meet about it. We're going to take care of all this, and we're going to stand up to this. There's no more, figuring out what we can do, change the public opinion to let them see, hey, why can I not train when you guys are allowed to go there in masses? Walmart's slammed, Hobby Lobby's slammed, all these places that are slammed, but you can't have small things that have been safe. There's no science showing that his gym, that any other gym have had any of these outbreaks linked to them. It's just pointing fingers here. So that's where this kind of came from. And he said, stand up, let's get this going. So that night, all the business owners, it wasn't just business owners, it was, salon stylists, it was, bartenders, it was, private trainers, anyone probably from the age of like 18 up to 75, I'd guess, and up. There's a wide variety, black, white, female, male, Asian, Democrat, Republican. This was not, a Trump rally. This was not a, anything that anybody's thinking in their mind, this big Republican conspiracy coming at, oh my God, we're going to attack the Democratic ruling. It's not that. The Libertarian candidate, Dwayne Whitmer, who just ran for Congress out in this area, he was there with some Libertarians. So it was a wide variety of people. This was not one targeted group saying, hey, let's rebel here. This was people who are fighting for their living, are on their last straw with no government funding, and they've been sitting here for a while now, trying to fund whatever they can on their own with minimal income that's been coming in, since March. So once this happened, the meeting started at 7:00 p.m. Eastern time. By about 7:20, we looked over at the door and were notified that the health department was in the building. Now, this building is basically like one of those steel sheds. There's no windows. It's on private property. He owns the property. There are no windows, no doors, no nothing. You cannot see in this building. So it's not like you can say, I drove by and saw people in this building, or somebody drove by and called and complained that people were in this building. There was nothing to see, no way to even get in, private property. Now, the business had been closed. The lockdown had happened. Robbie complied with the lockdown orders as much as he disagreed with them. He did comply. He shut down the business, had been closed for a couple days, and this was a private gathering on his private property to protest these shutdown orders and come up with ways, to handle this. So there's no walking into a private building. It's the same as if anybody just came and walked into your house uninvited. So at this time, we looked over, the sheriff's there, the Erie County Health Department's there, and walked over and started talking to them. They were told immediately, they needed to leave. They did not leave. There was a little bit of a heated exchange going on for about 3-4 minutes. This was only a couple people were over there first. The majority of the people were still sitting. And for those of you who are asking, it was so spread out. There was workout boxes and stuff. So it was pretty socially distanced for the people at the meeting, spread out. People were taking it upon themselves, not because anybody told us to, but because, part of being business owners is obviously being responsible. And we were spread out. Everyone was sitting, with the people that they came with, all throughout this building. This is a huge training facility, so it was really spread out. So it wasn't like a huge mass congregation, like a concert or something that a lot of these people are kind of asking me, is this what it was? So when they came in, we started hearing getting a little heated. A lot of the business owners were like, what's going on? We all headed over to back up the couple guys that were over there talking to see what was going on. At that point, it was explained to them very clearly, very professionally, you are trespassing. You are not allowed on this property. You guys need to leave. In the first part of the video, you can hear them talking about, compassion. That's Dwayne Whitmer, the congressman, guy who ran for Congress. He was kind of, trying to keep it, hey, leave and, be nice about it. And it just wasn't working. So at that point, the business owners kind of got upset. One guy just started yelling, get out. And, it just kind of happened where everybody felt, enough is enough. And everybody banded together, just started yelling and, kind of walking towards the door, and they walked out too. So that was the direction it went. It went peaceful. There was nothing, nothing violent from either end, nothing, out of line past that. They went outside and it was, hey, you guys got to go. And it just kept yelling, and they went to the road and they got out and left. So everybody keeps asking me what happened when they left. There's no way they just left. Yes, they did. When they went out, they were told before they went out, there was the guy in front, you could see, had the phone in front of him. He made it clear to the officer, hey, you know what? You do not have a warrant. You're not invited here. If you do not leave, it's trespassing. Get out and come back if you get a warrant. So when they left, they left. They went out to the parking lot. They went to the road. We told them, get off the parking lot and go to the road. They went there, and that was pretty much the end of it. No citations, no warnings, no anything. And, rightfully, what would the citation be for it? Every American has the right to public assembly. Everybody has the right to privacy on their own property. So it's something that, was being violated from the start of it. That happened. They left, and that was the end of it. To backtrack for a minute, Erie County Sheriff Howard made a comment to a lot of the media stations that he was not going to enforce this, public gathering ban. He was not going to tell people they couldn't have more people at Thanksgiving, any of that, believing that the law, if you call it the law or whatever you call it, the ruling was not constitutional, which is the exact thing that guarantees you public gathering and right to public assembly. So we were really surprised the sheriff showed up in the first place when they showed up. However, we did make a phone call to him. Dwayne Whitmer called him afterwards, and he informed him that he did not order the sheriffs to go. He was unaware that they were even going. And looking into it a little bit more, it appears that they were there as an escort to the health department. Apparently, when the health department requests a escort, that has to, comes with it because of they're both county employees. So either way, though, it is not, F the police. We have a lot of respect for them. We don't agree with the decision. Obviously, we felt it violated our rights, but there's no disrespect for them. And personally, I don't have disrespect for the health department official. However, I believe she needs to figure out, is her job worth literally ruining people's lives? And that's where it comes down to. So that's where that is. This is my first video that I'm actually doing, my second video total. So like, comment, follow below, and we got some more stuff coming up there soon, and I think you guys will be interested to see what we got coming.